Okay guys, we're going to do a little ride back, and we're going to get into talking about some wintertime riding and some of the things that you need to do those wintertime rides. If you want to get out and ride in the winter, that is. I ride all year long. It does not matter how cold it gets. It can be down to 10 degrees and I'm still going to ride. Now, I live in Southwest Ohio, so yeah, we have winter here. So you people down in Florida and the southern states aren't going to know what this is like. You think when it gets 60 degrees, it's cold. Well, I guess for you it would be. Usually in 60-degree temperature, we're in shirt sleeves. Got a little squeak in that front tire, got to work on. What do you need to ride in the wintertime? What are the important things that you need to carry with you so you can do that? And we're going to talk about your cell phone first and foremost. Make sure that you carry your cell phone that's got GPS on it, of course, which most of them do today. Because if you get out and get hurt, you get out and your bike breaks down that you can't fix it on the trail, you're going to want to have somebody know where you're at on the trail. Now, I use a particular app that you can see on my phone here called a Strava app, S-T-R-A-V-A. It costs me about $79 a year for the membership. And when I start my ride, I can text my sons, both of them, and my wife, or you can text up to how many people you want to. You can let them know when you are riding. And this app, once they get the text, they know where you are at on the trail or on the road in real time, because that app is pretty much precise of your location. So that's very important that you have that. Now, a lot of people don't want somebody to know where they're out and all that. That's okay. You can only text who you want to. Nobody else can see that information except them. But with that said, that's what I use. Of course, let's talk about what you need to carry as far as bike tools, safety equipment, first aid kit. Now remember, I'm riding a trike, so I'm able to carry my backpack in the back, or I can carry it on my back, one of the two, it don't matter. And you really want to carry bike tools, so you want to carry a bunch of hex wrenches with you, definitely, because most bikes, that's all they have is those type of fittings. You want to carry a regular screwdriver and a Phillips head screwdriver with you. And you also want to carry a bike lever in case you need to take a tire off if you can't fix it on the bike. And you want to carry some vice grips with you. You never know when you need to hold a bolt down when you're trying to get it off. So you just carry various wrenches, hex wrenches, tools, and I like the T-handle hex wrenches, because you can get hold of the handle and turn something instead of using those little ones, were a little difficult for me to use. And if I need to change a tire, I carry a material called Flat Out. It is a Kevlar material that comes in quart bags that you can actually fix a flat tire right on the trail, or on the road for that matter. Of course, get off to the side of the road when you do that. And when you change a tire on a bike or a trike, you're better off doing it upside down if you can. Put the bike upside down, because it's easier to work on that tire. So if you got mirrors on it, you'll just want to fold them in if you can, so the bike can rest right on the handlebars and maybe the seat, whatever. So you can work on that thing. Now, another thing you're going to need to carry to fix a flat tire on the trail is called a stem remover. you've got two different kind of valves on your tire. You got a Schrader valve and you got a Presto valve. Most bikes have Schrader valves. Usually your high-end mountain bikes and stuff with the real skinny tires, they'll have a Presto valve. But with these bikes that you're riding, like most e-bikes, are going to have Schrader valves. So what you do is you put your bike upside down, whichever tire is flat, and you go ahead and take out the stem out of the Schrader valve. Now, you can either push that and let a lot of the rest of the air come out of it if there's any remaining air, or you can just take a stem remover and it fits over that stem to where you can unscrew that out of the Schrader valve. Now keep an eye when you take that out, because those things are really small and you don't want to lose that thing. I actually carry extra stem removers with me for that reason. So you guys want to take out the stem, and then what you do is you take your flat out, which is your Kevlar material. Again, it comes in quart bags. Shake it up real good, and then it's got a hose on it that goes right over the top of that Schrader valve. A little plastic tube that goes over it. And you squeeze in the amount of Kevlar or flat out, which has got Kevlar material in them, to whatever the bike calls for. And then take the hose back off of it. You'll probably still have a little bit left in the bag, I'm assuming, depending on what kind of tire you're trying to fill up. But it'll cover most 26 by 4 inch fat tires, 20 by 4 inch fat tires. So yeah, the bags have got enough material in it to do that. So what you do is take that back off and you put your valve stem back in at that point, because you can't fill that tire back up unless you got your valve stem back in the Schrader valve. And then you turn that tire a few times around so that Kevlar material from the flat out can evenly distribute throughout the inner tube, so you can seal that puncture, whatever it is. Now, sometimes it's too big of a puncture. You're not going to seal it with flat out. You may have to just change the tube while you're out on the trail. So you got to carry extra inner tubes as well for that reason. Normally I don't, but I could. I've got a couple extra at home. Sometimes I just forget it thrown in my backpack. So then you're going to want to carry a battery-operated bike pump. They're rechargeable, and I can put a couple links down in the description box. I've got several of those. Companies have sent me to review. And what I will do is whatever that tire calls for, say it's 20 pounds, 30 pounds of pressure, I will dial in what that tire requires and make sure that your bike pump is set on a bicycle, not a motorcycle, not a car. That guy's illegal on the trail right there. No motorized vehicles. But getting back to the tires, with the pump, you can, once you get to that 20 or 30 pounds of pressure, it'll shut off. Then you take that off and put your valve stem cap back on, and you're ready to rock and roll. You can seal most punctures if they're small enough. And I haven't had any yet I couldn't fix on the trail without having to replace the tube. So far, so good, as far as I'm concerned. Now, on some of my bikes, I will go ahead and put the flat out in the tires before I even take my first ride. I will go ahead and do that because it's already off the bike on the front tire especially, and you can go ahead and put the proper amount of flat out in that tire, so it actually prevents you from getting a flat. So that's food for thought for you guys that you want to pay attention to when you're out riding like this. You get across this intersection here. So those are a couple of things you can carry on the trail to where you can fix your own flat tire. I can put a link to Flat Out for you so you guys can purchase that down the description box. Go down to where I have the accessories part of it. You'll have to go buy all the bikes that I'm reviewing and that I got links to, and then go to the accessories, and that's where you'll find this stuff. Valve stem removers, tire levers, inner tubes, Flat Out. I can go on and on. So those are some of the things you want to carry. You want to carry them all year long, not just in the winter, but certainly in the summer as well. I also carry, I don't have it with me today, but I normally will carry a first aid kit that's got bandages in it. It's got painkillers, knee wraps, everything that I may need to help myself in an emergency where I have a cut or something that I need to fix. I carry some cream with me so I can clean up a wound if I have to. These are just some of the things that you can carry with you to help you until you can get medical attention if you need to. So those are some of the things you want to carry. If there's anything I forgot, let me know. Put it down in the comment section for me, but I think I pretty much covered everything. And now let's talk about wintertime clothing. You obviously got to dress in layers when you're out doing this. And there are several bike shirt and jacket companies out there on Amazon where you can get heated jackets, heated gloves, heated vest. I don't use any of that stuff. I just dress very good in layers. I will wear my really good wool socks. I got a special kind I just ordered and I'm getting ready to use. That it's got some material in there to help insulate that sock as well. And I'll also carry my winter boots in the winter. I ride with them so I don't get my feet wet and they stay warm. And of course my winter gloves that you can see here. I've even got warmer ones than this. These are my mid-range gloves. These at least got fingers on them, but sometimes I'll wear them that don't have the gloves that don't have the fingers on them. Mainly in the summertime I'll wear those. And I've got 2 or 3 different pavakas that I can wear on my head. Pavakas that keep my whole face warm. Both of them cover my nose. And I can also, I got one that's got magnets on both sides. Once I cover my nose, if I don't want that covering my mouth or my nose, I just got little magnets, I just pull it down. And it's a really cool little pavaka. It goes over your head, your ears, and of course you, first and foremost, before you even get on any kind of bike, is to wear a bike helmet. I cannot stress enough how important that is. I have hit my head on my bike helmet, not on an e-bike, but a 10-speed, where I hit a bridge on a bike trail that I went over that bike because I hit the brakes where that little lip was on the bridge, and that was a big mistake. Over the bike I went, and the bike landed right on top of me. Fortunately, I hit the helmet, so I didn't get hurt. I didn't get hurt at all, actually. I was riding with another guy, and he said, "Should I call 911?" And I go, "Nope." I said, "But I broke my mirror on my bike," and that's the only thing I did. But if I had not been wearing that helmet, I would have had some serious head injuries that day. So you guys think you're macho and out there riding with no bike helmets and the motorcycles, and I'm going to put it out there for anybody riding a motorcycle or a bicycle. You're nuts to not wear a helmet. I'm just telling you. I agree, it's your head, but you only got one of those melons. If you damage that brain, they don't have any brain transplants out there. So those are a couple things that you want to think about, and wear reflective clothing if you can. I do not have it on the day, but my helmet's got flashing lights and stuff front and back. And my bike has got lights as well. But yeah, you want to wear reflective clothing so you can be noticed and seen. Two things I always bring up that you guys got to be watchful when you're out riding is situational awareness and put your head on a swivel. You never know what that other guy is going to do. Rather it be another bike, rather it be a car, rather it be a deer runs out in front of you. Sometimes you just never know what you're going to encounter. So when you're riding, and now it's not so much important on a bike trail like I'm riding today, but if you're riding on the road, your pigness of awareness has to be way up there because you just don't know what somebody's going to do. They could be texting, they could be on the phone, not even paying attention to their surroundings. So not only you have to drive defensively like we're taught in school when you drive a car, but you got to drive offensively sometimes. So if you're riding and you see a car is about to come over and hit you, you want to either jump off that bike or you want to get it off to the side of the road. Go up into the grass, whatever. So, yeah, you can have an instant situation that within 2 seconds you have to make a quick decision of vehicle avoidance, we call it, I guess. You got to remember, you're only doing 15 to 20 mile per hour or 10 to 20 mile per hour, and them cars are doing 35 and up, and they weigh pretty much over 2,000 pounds and up, where if you have one of those collisions, you're going to lose. But let me know if there's anything else you guys would like me to discuss on as far as riding bikes and trikes. I always tell people, before you ride a bike or a trike, go see your doctor. I never recommend getting on one of these things until you get your doctor give you the approval, especially an e-bike or an e-trike, especially if you got balance issues. Now, with balance issues, you can ride these trikes. This is perfect for people with balance issues because you're typically not going to fall off that trike. But I tell people, if you're retired or you just get bored and sitting around eating potato chips on the couch, get off your butt and get out and get on one of these bikes. You are not going to regret it. You will have so much fun, you won't even understand what you've been missing over the years. I understand it's sometimes an affordability issue, but most of these companies, guys, have payment plans where you can just get one of these things and then you got terms, you can pay it off. But there are so many people that are afraid of these things, and there is nothing to be afraid of. There's not. If you can ride a regular bike, you can ride a trike or an e-bike. Absolutely. So don't think that you can't do this, because you can. The cruise back on here. Takes about 5 seconds to set the cruise. There it is. Now I won't have to stop until I get to the next stop sign. But I hope you guys have enjoyed what I talk about when I'm out doing these rides. My main focus is to educate people on how much fun you can have with these things, whether it be an e-bike or an e-trike. You won't even believe how many people that are on the bike trail are just like you. I run into people all the time that I know them by name because we're on the bike trails together pretty much at the same time for some reason, but we are. And get out and enjoy that e-bike community. Now let's talk about seniors or anybody that doesn't, know where to go to get an e-bike or an e-trike. Let me tell you where you want to start. If you've got a local bike shop around you, that is where you want to get your bike or trike. You do not want to buy one of these online. I don't care if the price is enticing, all the promises they give you on these companies, except electric, which is this trike. they deliver exactly what they say they're going to do. But if you've never ridden one of these and you buy one of these from China and you get it shipped to you, you have zero customer support. I can tell you that most of these companies have no customer support after the sale. Take that one to the bank. And when they tell you you're going to get 40 to 60 mile range on one of these bikes, you're not going to. You can cut that down 20 to 30% automatically. They're selling you a bike and that's all they're doing. With electric, and I'll mention some other bike companies once I'm out there riding them, that has outstanding customer service. And I'm going to mention this verse. The Mooncold TK1 is almost identical. They are both absolute quality bikes. One's $100 difference than the other, and that's it. But if I had to choose between the two, I would choose electric without a doubt. Not because I'm riding one right now, it's because Mooncold anymore has got terrible customer service. I'm seeing this on their Facebook pages, their community pages. I'm seeing how bad their customer service is becoming. And I seen a post the other day, and there's some truth to this, but take this with a grain of salt if you want. Most companies, and I'll just use Mooncold. A lot of these companies will only have a product line for less than a year on an e-bike or an e-trike that they're selling. Then they get new models they are selling. Well, unfortunately, most of the time, they don't have extra inventory once they get rid of that bike or trike. And they don't sell it anymore. Good luck trying to get parts for it. Unless you just go to a bike shop and they may have them, or you can go to Amazon and maybe find it. But for the most part, you're not going to find those parts. They've discontinued it. And that's what they tell you, and that's terrible. Now with electric, so far, they have a good inventory of a lot of parts on past bikes that they have sold. This trike I'm riding is coming up on probably a year and a half that they've had this out, and I guarantee you I could call and get any part for this trike right now. But again, the first place you want to go to buy an e-bike or a trike, if you've never owned one, is go to a bike shop. If you've got a local bike shop, you can ride that thing, you can test it. If you buy it there, they also got financing from the manufacturer as well. But if something happens to that bike or trike and you got a breakdown or something breaks on your bike or trike, you can get it done at that bike shop because they sold it to you. Go to a reputable bike shop. Go to one that's been around for 30 years, or some of them 15 years. Make sure that they're going to be around to honor that warranty on that bike or trike. So there's some of the important things, guys. We're going to end the video right up here. We're about done with our ride. I've done a lot of talking on this about safety and seniors and what to carry on winter rides. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this segment of the video. So yeah, share, like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I will see you guys on the next electric ride adventure.